Hello everyone. Today we will be taking a look at Desmos, which can be found at desmos.com. That is Desmos.com. Desmos is a website that allows its users to perform calculations on the virtual calculators or graph data. The technology is made for both teachers and students, but is best utilized as an exploration tool for students. So under the tab up here, we're hiring. I found the company's powerful mission statement. Their mission statement says, "At Desmos, our mission is to help every student learn math and to love learning math. Our free graphing calculator is upending a multi-decade monopoly, making math available to the billions of the students in the world by breaking down barriers of income and even disability." Their key idea here is accessibility for all. Everyone deserves a great math education, and Desmos is doing their part to ensure that happens. Okay, now let's go ahead and go back to the main page. Alright, so the main function of the site can be accessed by clicking on the big red button here that says Start Graphing. Now over here on the left side of the page is where you can type the functions or relations that you would like to graph. So we can start by graphing y equals x squared and we get a parabola. Okay, so then we can also add another graph just by clicking down below. It'll add a new slot for you. And we could type in y equals x plus 1 quantity squared. Okay, so you can see here that it gives each line a different color so that you can distinguish between each of the functions that you have graphed. As this demonstrates, it is an amazing use of the graphing feature. Students can explore the transformations of graphs to understand the relationships between the equation and its corresponding graph. A lot of students struggle with these transformations of parabolas when we see x plus 1 inside the parentheses, but we're actually moving to the left one. They always want to move to the right, so actually being able to explore this and look at lots of different examples might help students to remember which way they should be shifting their graph when they see this plus 1 inside. One feature I would change though is how you type in the equation on the website. It actually allows you to type in the expression without the y equals. So if I wanted to graph y equals x, I could just type x and it would graph this line. This means that students don't have to be very precise when typing, and requiring the y equals would promote the precision, which is very important in mathematics education. But other than that, it's really a great tool. So another awesome feature is that while graphing, you can add pictures to the screen. So if you click on this little plus up here, there's an option for image. So I'm going to go ahead and go to a saved graph I already have. So I'll click on this tab up here. So I input a picture of the St. Louis Arch, and I went ahead and created an equation that graphs the line of this arch. So this is a really cool tool too, because it allows students to see where these graph shapes are found in the world. So they're not just graphing parabolas, they're graphing equations that they can actually see out in life. It's a really good activity to have your students find parabolas in the real world. Then they can actually come in and create the equations to graph those. So that's a lot of fun for students to do. Another thing you can do is add tables. So when you click on the table feature, you can put specific points in. So we'll put in a few points here, and you can see it starts plotting them. If you don't want them plotted, you can click right here and it will take them off. The same thing goes for anything else you add on your graph. You can remove it at any time just by clicking on that, or you can just click on the X over here and that will erase it all together. Over here, you also have zoom features, so you can zoom in and out as much as you need to fix your window according to the graphs you're looking at. And then here are the settings. You can also remove grids. You can remove different axes if you really want to. You can also fix your window here if you'd like. Oops. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to the main page now. Okay, So now that we looked at the basics of the graphing tool, we're going to look at some of the other features here. So something else that the website offers are these two different calculators. We have a 4-function calculator that is just used for basic arithmetic. So you see here, you just addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. We have square roots. And then we also have a scientific calculator. So it's just a little bit more advanced. It has some of the trig features. You can put letters in, and we also have logarithms, exponents, and such. You can also do permutations and combinations. So just a little fancier than the 4-function calculator. Okay, so this feature I think is pretty nice because teachers might want to do calculations in front of the whole class, but a handheld calculator can't always show that. Additionally, it provides a free calculator for students to use if they don't have a calculator. Maybe they have a computer at home, but no calculator. They can use the Desmos calculator, or let's say they don't have a computer or a calculator. If they go to the library, again, Desmos will provide a calculator for them. So next we have my favorite feature of the website, which is this tab here, Classroom Activities. This part of the site contains a bunch of pre-made activities that teachers can use with Desmos. So you see here some featured activities they have, and then over here on the left, we have what they call bundles, which are just the different categories based on topic. So let's say we wanted to look at functions. We would click on functions, and it brings up a bunch of different activities you can use, and it gives, the title and a brief little explanation of what it's for, and then also tells you how it can play into your lesson. So these activities we have here are when you're introducing functions. This is for further development of functions, and then we also have some for just practice. So we can go ahead and take a look at one. We'll look at commuting times. Okay, so here you can see all the different screens associated with the activity, and you can even click here on Student Preview, and it's going to give you a view of what the students would see when you present this activity to them. You can also click here, and this will create the class code. So once you do that, the students will input the code onto their computer, and they now have ability to access. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so if we click View Dashboard, then, okay, so here, they get the code or the link to type it in. And then up here are all the different screens that they can click through, which is really cool. So as the teacher, we can click here on Summary. And let's see. As you click on each one, you can see what the students are responding. So it's going to give you the expression that they typed here, and then it'll tell you which student here. So each student will have their own account so that you can, keep track of which students are answering what. So overall, this is a really great resource because it gives this teacher a pre-made activity and kind of guides the lesson so that students might not be distracted so easily because it gives them each specific screen that they're going to be looking at. Another nice thing that comes with some of the activities, it doesn't come with all of them, but it comes with some of them, is this teacher guide. So the teacher guide gives you kind of a run through of the activity, how you can present it to your class, gives you some note spaces in case you want to write some things down that you want to do in the class. There are little teacher tips for each slide. And then if you go all the way down to the bottom here, gives you, a place for your summary of your notes so you can pull everything together and know exactly what you want to be doing for your lesson. And then here at the top, you also have your checklist in case you want to use it to go through what you'll be doing that entire class. Okay, let's go back to the activity here. And then the activities also show you what devices it's best for. There is an app that allows you to use Desmos on your phone or your tablet, but most of the activities are going to recommend using either a tablet, laptop, or some type of computer because they're not usually easy to use from a mobile device. but definitely accessible for tablets and laptops. So overall, I think that Desmos is a great resource. As you can see, it is very easy to navigate and has plenty of tools to help you learn the technology. And it's a very useful technology that allows students to explore and discover the math behind graphs. So one last thing I want to show you here is learndesmos.com. So this is also an awesome tool that the technology provides. So you can learn about all the different features of Desmos. So these top 4 are the basic functions that I've shown you today, and they will go over how to use each of those tools properly. And then down here also talks about the classroom activities, teaches you about those, what's included, and then it also shows you how you can create your own activities. So you don't have to use the activities provided, you can create your own, and this button will teach you exactly how to do that. Desmos also offers professional development opportunities, and so these 2 tabs will allow you to either request the PD or look at the PD they provide. So it provides the different resources that they use during their presentations, so you're basically getting the professional development without having to actually sit through a session. And it also gives you the resources you need in case you want to put on a professional development. So you could host a meeting and teach teachers at your school about Desmos and all it offers. Okay, well, thank you for learning about Desmos with me today. I hope you have a better understanding of Desmos and all it offers. And thank you.